and gentlemen, President Nixon has requested time on the networks this evening for a report on Vietnam.
Good evening. I have asked for this radio and television time tonight for the purpose of announcing that we today have concluded an agreement to end the war and bring peace with honor in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia. The following statement is being issued at this moment in Washington and Hanoi. At 12:30 Paris time today, January 23, 1973, the agreement on ending the war and restoring peace in Vietnam was initialed by Dr. Henry Kissinger on behalf of the United States and Special Advisor Lee Duc-Tho on behalf of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. Let us consecrate this moment by resolving together to make the peace we have achieved a peace that will last. Thank you, and good evening.
Parliament, please.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thought you'd be amused to hear that the Eric Severide, Marvin Calvin, Dan Ryder, they were just green, sick.
It was a bad night for Eric.
Well, they're all just sick about the fact. They weren't happy about it, that the peace had come and they just were pissing on it all over.
Mm-hmm. It was, in a sense, it was so masterfully underplayed in the way that, you dropped this huge bomb in your first sentence.
Right.
And there it was, and it just sits there, and I think it just, it's kind of like a thunderclap, but it was great.
That's right. Okay.
Very good.
Senate Democrats have chosen North Carolina's Sam Ervin to investigate the Watergate bugging case. The committee would have full subpoena power and a $500,000 budget.
When it was learned today that some of the Watergate conspirators had been involved in illegal actions relating to the Pentagon Papers case, the whole affair took on a new and more sinister air.
Two of the convicted Watergate conspirators, Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy, burglarized the offices of a psychiatrist of defendant Daniel Ellsberg to get files on Ellsberg.
The message of Watergate, as I read it, is the same as the message of the Pentagon Papers. That from the eyes of people who work for the president, all law stops at the White House fence.
The entire political system, the entire standard of politics in the country has reached an all-time low.
The president and his cabinet and his administration owe this country an explanation, first of all, and secondly, an apology.
I don't respect the type of journalism, the shabby journalism that is being practiced by the Washington Post.
Informed sources say it was the Watergate prosecution that set off the recent series of explosions and that there are further time bombs in President Nixon's hands.
We're in late April of 1973, and I'm really getting beat up in the press.
We're going to make it. Yeah, let me get up here to the door, and then I'll... Okay, excuse me. There we are.
I'm going to be following the unvarying practice of having no comment on this matter until its final disposition. I have delegations of FBI agents in and out of my office all the time, and all of a sudden it has dawned on me that I have a very serious problem, that Richard Nixon has a very serious problem, that Haldeman and a lot of other people have serious problems.